Stop scrolling. What I am about to tell you in the next 30 seconds could save your life or the life of someone you love. Most people over 60 are walking around right now with symptoms they are completely dismissing. They think it is just getting older. They think it is nothing to worry about. They are wrong. In fact, doctors say these are the exact 8 symptoms that people ignore for months, sometimes years, before a cancer diagnosis. Stay with me through this entire video because number 5 is the one that surprises almost everyone. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad you found this video today. This channel is dedicated to helping people over 60 live longer, healthier, and more informed lives, and today's topic is one of the most important I've ever covered. Here is something that stops people in their tracks every time I say it. Cancer does not always announce itself with dramatic, obvious warning sign. It is not always a lump you can feel or severe pain that sends you to the emergency room. More often than not, especially in adults over 60, cancer quietly mimics the ordinary aches, tiredness, and changes that we have all been told are just part of getting older. And that is exactly what makes it so dangerous. When we dismiss a symptom as just aging, we give cancer more time to grow. We give it more time to spread. And we lose the window of early detection, which is, without question, the single biggest factor in surviving most cancers. So today, we're going to go through 8 specific symptoms, one by one. For each one, I'm going to tell you exactly what it might mean, why people over 60 are more likely to brush it off, and most importantly, what you should do next. This is not about scaring you. This is about arming you with the knowledge that your doctor wishes you already had. Symptom 1. Unexplained fatigue that does not go away. We all get tired. Life is exhausting. And when you are in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, it is easy to explain away exhaustion with everything from poor sleep to a busy week. But here is what doctors want you to know. Cancer-related fatigue is different. It is the kind of tiredness that does not improve after rest. You sleep 8 hours and wake up feeling like you have not slept at all. You sit down in the afternoon and feel completely drained even though you have not done much. This is because cancer actively consumes the body's energy and can cause the immune system to release chemicals that produce an overwhelming sense of exhaustion. This symptom is especially linked to leukemia, colon cancer, and stomach cancer. If you have been unusually tired for more than 2 or 3 weeks, and it is not explained by a clear cause like a new medication or a recent illness, please bring it up with your doctor. Do not assume it is just age. Fatigue is your body's loudest quiet alarm. Symptom 2. Unexpected weight loss. Many people in our age group would not complain about losing a few pounds without trying. It might even feel like a nice surprise. But losing 10 pounds or more in a short period of time, without changing your diet or exercise, is a red flag that demands medical attention. When cancer is present in the body, it can alter metabolism, reduce appetite, and divert calories and nutrients away from healthy cells. This unexplained weight loss is one of the most consistently reported early warning signs across many cancer types, including pancreatic cancer, lung cancer, stomach cancer, and esophageal cancer. If your clothes are suddenly looser, your face looks thinner, and you cannot point to a reason why, do not celebrate it. Call your doctor and ask for an evaluation. Unexpected weight loss is one of those symptoms that the medical community takes extremely seriously for a very good reason. Symptom 3. Persistent bloating or feeling full too quickly. This one is incredibly easy to misattribute. Maybe you had a heavy meal, maybe your digestion is slower than it used to be. And yes, digestive changes do happen with age. But bloating that lasts for more than a couple of weeks, or a consistent feeling of fullness after eating only a small amount of food, can be early signs of ovarian cancer, stomach cancer, or pancreatic cancer. Women especially tend to dismiss persistent bloating as a hormonal or digestive issue. But ovarian cancer, in particular, is notoriously difficult to detect in its early stages, And bloating is one of the primary symptoms women report having experienced months before their diagnosis. If you feel bloated most days, or if eating a normal meal suddenly leaves you feeling uncomfortably full, that is your body sending a message. Pay attention to it. Symptom 4, changes in bowel or bladder habits, constipation, diarrhea, more frequent urination, blood in your stool or urine. These are symptoms that people over 60 commonly experience and just as commonly explain away. Hemorrhoids, a spicy meal, drinking more water. The explanations are endless, and sometimes those explanations are correct. But when these changes are persistent, when they last for weeks, or when they come with blood, they need to be investigated. Persistent changes in bowel habits are a well-known warning sign of colorectal cancer, which is the second most commonly diagnosed cancer in adults over 50. Blood in the urine, especially when painless, can indicate bladder cancer or kidney cancer. These are not comfortable topics to bring up, which is part of why so many people delay seeking help. But colorectal cancer, when caught early, has a survival rate of over 90%. That number drops dramatically in later stages. An uncomfortable conversation with your doctor could be the difference between a treatable diagnosis and a devastating one. Symptom 5, a cough or hoarseness that will not quit. This is the one I mentioned in the hook, the one that surprises most people. A cough that lingers. A voice that sounds different than it used to. A persistent raspiness that you have just accepted as part of your reality. Millions of older adults deal with chronic coughs and never link them to anything serious. But a cough or hoarseness that lasts more than 3 weeks, particularly if it is accompanied by blood, chest pain, or shortness of breath, is a recognized warning sign of lung cancer, the most common cause of cancer death in both men and women. Lung cancer does not have to involve a smoker. Non-smokers develop lung cancer too. And the reason so many lung cancer diagnoses happen at a late stage is precisely because people wrote off their cough as allergies, acid reflux, or just a tickle in the throat. If you have been coughing for weeks and have not had it evaluated, please make that appointment. Symptom 6, difficulty swallowing, dysphagia, that is the medical term for difficulty swallowing, is something that increases with age due to natural changes in the throat and esophagus. So people over 60 often figure it is just part of getting older. But when swallowing becomes progressively harder, when food feels like it is getting stuck, or when you have started avoiding certain foods because of how difficult they are to swallow, that warrants urgent medical evaluation. Difficulty swallowing is one of the primary symptoms of esophageal cancer and throat cancer, both of which are far more common in older adults. These cancers are also among the ones where early detection makes the most significant difference in outcome. If swallowing has changed for you, if eating has become something you dread or manage around rather than enjoy, please do not normalize that experience. Tell your doctor specifically what has been happening. Symptom 7, skin changes that seem minor. Most people know to look for new moles or changes to existing moles when it comes to skin cancer. But there are skin changes that people completely overlook. A spot that bleeds easily, a sore that does not heal, an area of skin that has become darker or yellowed, or a new patch that is itchy and scaly. Jaundice, the yellowing of the skin or whites of the eyes, is not just a liver issue. It can indicate pancreatic cancer, which is one of the most difficult cancers to detect in its early stages. New growths or sores that do not heal within 2 to 4 weeks, particularly in sun-exposed areas, deserve evaluation by a dermatologist. Older adults spend decades of accumulated sun exposure catching up with them. Skin cancer is the most commonly diagnosed cancer overall, and yet it is also among the most survivable when caught early. Do not let vanity or the assumption that it is nothing stop you from getting something checked. Symptom 8, persistent pain. Without a clear cause, aches and pains are expected as we age. Arthritis, old injuries, stiffness, these are real and common. But pain that is new, that is persistent, that does not respond to the things that usually help and that does not have an obvious explanation deserves medical attention. Bone pain that wakes you at night and does not ease with rest can be a sign of bone cancer or cancer that has spread to the bones from another site. Persistent back pain, especially in the lower or mid-back, can sometimes indicate kidney cancer, pancreatic cancer, or spinal tumours. Ongoing headaches that are unlike your usual pattern can occasionally point to brain tumours. I want to be clear, most persistent pain is not cancer. But when pain is new, when it is there most days, and when you cannot explain why, you owe it to yourself to have it evaluated. Pain is the body's most direct way of telling you something is wrong. Listen to it. The bigger picture. Before we get to the call to action, I want to take a moment to address something that I think is just as important as the symptoms themselves. There is a deeply ingrained habit in our generation, and I mean the generation of people over 60, of not wanting to bother the doctor, of not wanting to seem like a hypochondriac, of minimizing what we feel because we do not want to be a burden, or because we have lived with discomfort for so long that normal feels different to us than it does to someone younger. But I need you to hear this clearly. Your doctor wants to know. A good physician would far rather investigate 8 symptoms that turn out to be nothing than miss one that was something. The entire point of early detection is that it requires action before you are certain something is wrong. By the time you are certain, you have often already lost precious time. None of the symptoms we talked about today are automatically cancer. Most of the time, they are not. But the only way to know for sure, the only way to either catch something early or get the reassurance that you are okay, is to have a conversation with a healthcare provider and, if needed, run the right tests. That is not overreacting. That is being a responsible steward of your own health. Now here is what I want you to do after you finish watching this video. Right now, and I mean today, take out a piece of paper or open the Notes app on your phone and write down any of these 8 symptoms that you have been experiencing. Write down how long it has been happening. Write down whether it is getting better, getting worse, or staying the same. That is the information your doctor needs. Then schedule an appointment, not next month, this week. Call your primary care doctor, describe what you wrote down, and say you would like to be evaluated. If you have been putting off your annual physical, this is your sign. That routine visit is where so many cancers are caught early, not in the emergency room, not when symptoms are unbearable, but during a calm, intentional checkup where you and your doctor are paying attention together. If this video helped you today, I want to ask you to do 3 things. First, hit the like button. It helps this information reach other people over 60 who need to hear it. Second, share this video with someone you love, a parent, a spouse, a friend. You might be sending them something that changes their life. And third, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a video on this channel, because we cover topics like this every single week. There is a comment section below and I read every single one. Tell me, which of these 8 symptoms surprised you the most? And if any of these symptoms resonated with your own experience, I would encourage you to share that too. Your comment might be the thing that convinces someone else to finally make that appointment. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself, because you matter, your health matters, and it is never too late to pay attention. I will see you in the next one.